이게 점점 손이 앞으로 가. 가장 큰 문제.
다시.
스타트.
손으로 찍어놔야지.
핸드캠.
내려와.
이건 인터넷이라서 그래. 인터넷이라서. 너무 어려워.
이거 뭐냐?
진짜.
그래요?
사람들 이런 거 봐.
안 돼.
593야. 리턴이야.
그 사람들 파이 먹은 거 먹은 거 같은데.
왔다 레인저. 아니네.
엉덩덩. 네?
나보다 못하는데?
눌렀잖아요. 눌렀는데 안 돼요. 스트레스가
Here.
Enjoy.
진짜 크다.
Merry Christmas, everybody!
Merry Christmas.
Welcome to Tāne Mahuta, the biggest Kauri tree we get to share of New Zealand. Aging over 2,000 years old approximately, but this is not our oldest Kauri tree. We've got Te Matua Ngahere, and our Kauri walks a 2-minute drive south of us. Our eldest, widest and second largest Kauri tree stands at the bottom of that trackway, aging over 3,000 years old, not quite 3 metres wider than Tāne Mahuta, and a little bit taller than what we see of Tāne on this platform. But for Tāne Mahuta, this tree stands over 51 metres in total height. We are only looking at approximately 30 metres of this trunk and the bottom side of that crown system, with still approximately 20 metres of growth on top of what we're looking at. We will not see that in here because of the way they grow, but when you leave this walk, cross the road outside, if you didn't see it already this morning, and look back this way to see the top side of Tāne Mahuta. That trunk stands at over 17 metres in total height, with a trunk volume over 244 cubic metres, and a trunk circumference, our board does say 13.8 metres around, but this tree was measured last year because of misinformation, and the tree's grown over 24 centimetres in the last 20 to 30 years plus, making that at over 14 metres around now. For a fun fact I can share with you, when they built this veranda, they did it to the approximate measurements of Tāne Mahuta's trunk system to give us a little bit of an idea of how big this tree truly is, as we only get to see one side when we come to visit Tāne Mahuta. The Kauri trees are amazing host trees to a variety of epitheric or parasitic plants that make up a beautiful ecosystem in their crown systems. For Tāne Mahuta, this tree holds over 100 different plant species in that crown, with the grasses, the ferns, the beautiful flowers and orchids, and the mosses, fungi and lichens. There's a couple of the native trees I can remember for all our botanists shared. One of those was a beautiful rata that we've seen bloom just recently, and the other is a a small totara tree that ages around about 100 years old, just to name a few of those amazing plants.
Wow.
The evidence of the weight this tree carries is this crisscross pattern at the top of the trunk. It shows us how much weight the tree is carrying and holding, a bit like the springless trampolines that we get today. To make this system stronger, the trees will twist as they grow, and it helps them prepare for the weight that they're going to carry and for the sizing that they can become. A goal for a kauri tree is to get above everything else and spread out. And a good example I can share with you is this young 500-year-old in the back corner. Now that that's above everything else, it is all about the spread out of the top and the growth of the trunk from here for that tree. Our kauri trees are self-maintaining and self-managing. To get rid of a plant life or a foreign life that may harm these trees, they will debark themselves and drop off their bark to remove that unwanted growth.
Wow.
But they do it every year anyway to grow the few millimetres they do as a large older tree out there. The kauri trees they are also a self-healing tree. They have a healing component in the gum sap that allows these trees to seal and heal any wounds, any damages or any open exposed areas to the weather.
Wow.
The bigger notches that we see on this trunk here, those are where branches were at one time, and they've dropped themselves off over their lifespan. The smaller ones that we see, that's done by damage from the bigger branches that are broken off and fallen and hit the tree on the way down. They bleed out the gum sap immediately to seal and heal those wounds. An example I can share with you, you won't be able to see it out there, but if we got the left-hand side of this trunk system, we're going to follow that all the way through till we come to the broken branch up there. It looks like wood chips hanging from it, but that's gum sap hanging from that branch. It's the most recently broken branch that we can see. Our botanist shared it broke about 50 years ago, and that gum will bleed out of that branch till it caps the end of it, allowing it to still live and grow, and it'll end up with plant life on it or branching out of it, such as these ones to the right. The kauri trees also have amazing root systems. They are determined by the width of the crown. So for Tāne Mahuta, the root system to this tree, for the spread out system of this tree, they reach out approximately 3 to 4 times further than the longest branch on this tree. It's missing, so I can't show you that, but when this was attached, it actually spread out past the handrails, so it would put the root system out to the back veranda when you get out that way to do the circumference around this tree. I would go into companion planting on a massive scale, not only for the contribution they make to one another, so if something's wrong with that plant life on the top, then something's definitely wrong with this tree. For the root system, because they sit just below us underneath the soil, for companion planting, the rest of these plants' root systems entwine with the kauri. Because they go deeper, they help hold these giants to the ground. Unfortunately, it's the root system that's been affected by this kauri dieback disease out there. You'll see it for the signage everywhere you go, for the stations that you're going to go through for our walks. Those stations help prevent contaminated soils being brought into healthy areas, but they also prevent contaminated soils being taken out of some of our infected walks out there. They are microscopic spores, it's a water mould, that travel through the water in the soil. In the water system, they attach themselves to the root system and will start eating the lifeline of the kauri tree. In the soil, that is what is picked up, carried and transferred from place to place that will spread the kauri dieback. I will not tell you that we're on top of it, but I can share that good things are happening if our bigger trees are still well and healthy right now when these trees stand amongst an affected forest out there. But there's also a treatment now, not a cure, but the treatment's about helping the trees help themselves. So with the help of our Science team, Department of Conservation and our kauri dieback project team, they're injecting infected trees now with phosphite to help contain the disease to the root system, but it gives the trees' immune system a boost to help them fight against this disease, and the trees are showing us they're fighting with the help that's been given. My name's Vanessa. I'm one of a team of ambassadors for our kauri trees in Waipawa, promoting the health and well-being of our kauri trees in New Zealand. We're here on behalf of the Department of Conservation, representing our local iwi, sorry, not quite in uniform yet, Te Roroa, doing the work that on this platform to meet, greet, share and learn, not only with that sharing but learning. If we can ensure a possible solution for our kauri trees, then we can secure their future for our up and coming generations. So again, welcome this morning to Waipawa Forest, welcome to Tāne Mahuta, and enjoy your travels in your day today. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.